It's working. It's working. Let me get set up, though. I'm not quite ready. I thought I was ready, but I'm not quite ready. Here I come. Here I come. Y'all like, come on, slow dude. You slow old dude. Come on, man. Get it together, my brother. Get it together, my brother. It's coming. Give me just a few moments. Just need to get everything set up. I thought I was ready. I just wasn't quite ready. I wasn't ready yet. You know how that can be. I was close to ready. So give me some credit. Right? A little bit of credit. Get a brother a little credit. You know how we do. You know. Before we get involved, and while we're sitting here, before we get involved, go get your book of Coming Forth by Day. Go get your book of the dead, as they call it. Go get that book out. Go get that book right there. Because we always do work in that book, don't we? That's one of the first things we do, is get our tools out. As praises of the divine, as a heck in the chair. You got to have your book. What are you doing if you don't have your book? What are you doing? You know what it is. We don't play no games out here, man. There's a lot of weirdos that play games. We're just not one of them. We don't do that, right? We come to get busy. And when we get busy, we get busy. Right? We come to educate the people. Almost ready, y'all. Y'all have waited longer for other people. And they didn't have that much of a conversation with you a lot of times they just squirt some nonsense out. I'm just helping revive a tool that's in your house, or that you heard about, or that you probably talk about, that needs to be used. That's all. That's what we do, right? That's how we move around. There's one more thing I need real quick. I wanted to get, just to make it a really awesome day for you guys. Not even an order, just so that we can go in a little bit is important. So I want to grab that real quick. I just can't seem to find it. But you know what? Sometimes the show must go on without it. And I think that's what's going to happen. Because it's not necessary. We don't need to, right? Here we go. Let's get in the fold. Let's get in the mix. Where we at? Where I'm at? There it goes. Let's get some visuals, huh? ETE Imhotep Seni Senet Anku Jaseneb Ankwas Dejed Henu Ubenefenecha Dua Shedi Ma'akeru, right? Shedi for listening to, the Ma'at, the Ma'akeru, the true voice. Those who know. ETE Imhotep, greetings. Sydney, Sinette, my brothers and sisters, life, stability, and strength, life, strength, and health, family, endowed. It's your brother Ausar-em-ka. We're in the building today, and today, as we continue the Divine Body series, we need to cover the soul. But remember, we're working from this right here, right? So you can start to get familiar with it. So you can start to use it as a tool in your homes, in your houses. Um, so you can start to put down some of the other stuff and feel comfortable with what your Aku left you, what your ancestors left you. A lot of you still hold on to other books. That's okay. We're just getting you ready for the book you should have in your hand, one of them anyway. And we're doing it through mostly English text because a lot of you don't know Medu Neter, which is your next step. You hear a lot about, oh, you need to learn the Medu Neter. You should. You should. It doesn't mean that the translations we have aren't good. It just means that you need to know for yourself in case something is being, deviously dealt with, in your midst. Anyway, today we're talking about the soul and not in the nature of the Ba and the Ka and the Sahu and the Kat and the dream spirit and the etc. astral travel, etc., but in the nature of the text in which was left for us, right? So you might hear Ka and Ba here and there, but that's if I'm reading the Medu Neter generally. Right now, we just need to know the concept so we can start to understand this book. So grab your book. Where do I want to start here today? I got some bookmarkers, but we can go beyond the bookmarkers. Let's start. Let's start at spell or chapter or hymn 61. And I'll give you some visuals today. So I know, you get tired of looking at me. And as a matter of fact, I'm out of shape. I'm not in my fight shape, Some videos back, I'm in fight shape. I'm ready to go. The arms is pulsating. I'm ready to do. But now I'm getting a little chunky, right? I am 43. Let's not forget. I will be cutting down for the summer, of course. But right now, I'm a little chunky. I'm not the best looking. Now you don't want to see me like this. So let's share, right? This way you don't have to look at me all day. Hi, Ausar, how are you? I'm good. Ancient Book of the Dead. This is where we starting at, right? Just grab some dummy stuff just so that we can have it. Spell 61 or hymn 61, it says, for not letting a man's soul be taken away from him in the realm of the dead. It says, I am he who came forth from the flood, to whom abundance was given, that I might have power thereby over the river. He came forth from the flood. What does that mean? They call the happy river, especially the one in the sky, the efflux of Ausar. Keeping this G-rated, this is how you form a child, basically, between man and woman. We'll keep this simple. You can use your mind for the rest, or you can consult me later after the show, as we keep this one G-rated. So you are basically a child of the efflux of Ausar. You are an Ausar. You become a Heru. That's why they call you Shimsu Heru. That's why they call you Shimsu Ausar. Just so you know, because a lot of people don't understand certain things in here. But let's move forward to chapter 80. We're just starting with what it is. Starting with the beginning. Sperm comes out, turns into a human, etc., etc. Let's move to chapter 80. For making transformation into a Neter and giving light and darkness. It says, I am he who donned the white and bright fringed cloak of noon. Remember this term, the white, bright fringed cloak of noon, or those who wear white, right? And it's on noon. You know, she's a sister. She's the dark sky above. She's also your covering. If you've heard some of my other videos, when we go into one of the Sesh's tombs, one of the scribes' tombs, who describes Mother Newt as his covering of his body, his skin color, basically. But we'll get to that later, right? I am he who donned the white and bright French cloak of noon, which is on his breast, which gives light in darkness, which unites the two companion Necheru who are in my body by means of the great magic or Heka, which is on my mouth. Now remember, we just did the Sia Heka Hu Ma'a, right? And we talked about the formula. You already see the formula showing itself as we begin, right? Right? Let's go. My fallen enemy who was with me in the valley of Abdu will not be raised up, and I am content. The remembrance of him is mine. I have taken authority in my city, for I found him in it. I have brought darkness by means of my power. I have rescued my eye from its non-existence before the festival of the 15th day had come. Festival of the 15th day, when you start to get into your Remech calendar, which we'll get into later, these are festivals that you remember. They're generally eating, they're generally celebrations, etc., etc. But moving forth, right? Let's move down a little bit. I have separated Set from the houses of the above because of the elder who was with him. I equipped Jehuti in the mansion of the moon before the festival of the 15th day had come. I have taken possession of the wear-red crown, and right is in my body. What's in your body? Righteousness, right? Right is in your body. That's important. That's the Ma'ah. So we've completed the four that we talked about before, right? Sia, Heka, Hu, Ma'ah. Let's go forth. I am the woman who lightens darkness. I have come to lighten the darkness, and it is bright. I have lightened the darkness. I have felled the evil spirits. Those who are in darkness have given praise to me. I have made the mourners whose faces were hidden to stand up, even though they were languid when they saw me. As for you, I am the woman of whom I do not permit you to hear. That's new. That's new. That's the hidden inside your body. The Uachets, the Aset, and the Nebhet, they told you earlier, the two companion goddesses or Necheret, right? The two Uachet who are in my body by means of the great Heka. So this is telling you a little something about your soul and how the ancestors are seeing the process of using their thoughts and their ideas and their mind and their spirit towards things. So, you know, when it talked about vanquishing an enemy in Abdu, it talked about being right, righteousness, and it talked about your spirit and its two protectresses, Aset and Nebhet. It's talking about your soul, the things that make you up. Let's move further. Let's go to chapter 85. For being transformed into a living soul and not entering into the place of execution, he who knows it will never perish. And remember, these are funeral type hymns. This is when you pass away. So this is what's said. It says, I am the soul of Ra, who issued from the abyss, or from the noon. The soul of the Necher who created authority. Wrongdoing is my destination, or is my detestation, pardon me, and I will not see it. I think about righteousness and I live by it. Stop. What do we sing? Sia, Heka, Hu, Ma'at. I told you in the last video, this is the thought process of the righteous. This is the thought process of those who use Ma'at. This is the thought process of the Remech. This is the thought process of your ancestors. Let's continue. I am authority, which will never perish, in this my name of soul, or Ka in particular is what it says, right? I came into being of myself with the Abdu in this name of Kapari, and I come into being in it daily. I am the Lord of light. Death is my detestation, and I will not enter into the place of execution of the Duat. It is I who cause Asar to be a spirit, and I have made content those who are in his suite. I desire that they grant fear of me and create respect of me among those who are in the midst, for I am lifted aloft on my standard and on my throne and on my allotted seat. Who else is he? Who else is he? He's about to talk to you right now. About to talk to you right now, right? In the top, brother Virtue. He says, I am Noon, and the doers of wrong cannot harm me. I am the eldest of the primeval Necharu, the soul of the souls of the eternal Necharu. My body is everlasting. Who is the soul of the souls of the eternal Necharu? Who's that? Amun. And who's even deeper? Asar. So I tell you, remember who you are and be an Asar. I'm just giving you little tidbits inside of what's not there for when you go deeper into other reading. But right now, you should get the comprehension. You should start to understand what's happening in this book and understand your soul a little better, right? He says, I desire that they grant fear of me and create respect of me among those who are in their midst. For I am lifted aloft on my standard, on my throne, and on my allotted seat. We read that, right? I am Noon, and the doers of wrong cannot harm me. I'm the eldest of the primeval Necharu, the soul of the souls of the eternal Necharu. My body is everlasting. My shape is eternity, Lord of years, ruler of everlasting. I am he who created darkness and who made his seat in the limits of the sky. I desire to reach their limits, and I walk afoot. I go ahead with my staff. I cross the firmament of those who, and then it's broken off. But that's okay. It keeps going. It says, I drive away the hidden snakes which are upon my march to the Lord of the two regions. I am the soul of the souls of the eternal Necharu. My body is everlasting. I am he who is on high, Lord of Tatjebu. I am young in my city. I am boyish in the field, and such is my name. And for my name will not perish. I am the soul who created the abyss, made his seat in the realm of the dead. My nest will not be seen. My egg will not be broken. I have got rid of my ills. I have seen my Father, the Lord of the evening, and whose body it is, which is in Heliopolis. Inu. You know Inu. I govern those who are in the dusk upon the western mound of the Ibis of Jehuti. That is the soul. That is your soul. Getting ready to transform back into the new, right? Getting ready to take command and be fetterless again. Being a part of the energy that created you in the first place. Let's go further. Let's go to hymn 91, spell 91. And then I'm going to give you homework after that. All we want to do is show you your divine body, right? Let's go to hymn 91. And this is where we get into several chapters of the soul. Let's go. It says, for not restraining, in this case it says in, remember what we said before, Ausar-em-ka's soul in the realm of the dead. That's me, you say your name in the place of the end. Here we go. Oh, you who are on high, who are worshipped, whose power is great, a ram greatly majestic, the dread of whom is put into the Necharu when you appear on the great throne. You shall make a way for me and my soul, my spirit and my shade, for I am equipped. I am a worthy spirit. Make a way for me to the place where Ra and Het-Heru are. And then at the end, it tells you something, doesn't it? It says, as for him who knows his spell, he shall become an equipped spirit in the realm of the Dua, and he shall not be restrained at any gate of the west, whether coming or going, a true matter. It's talking to you. It's telling you how to unlock the fetters of your soul. It's telling you you're about to meet Ra. Pardon me. You're about to meet Amen and Ra and Heru. It's talking to you. It's telling you how to unlock the things that are within inside of you. Oh, you who are on high, who are worship, whose power is great, a ram greatly majestic. Who is that? That's Amen. You shall make a way for me and my soul, my spirit and my shade, my shadow. Huh? I am equipped. I'm an effective being. I can go where I want to go. You will make a way for me. I am a worthy spirit. What makes you worthy? Did you do ma'at? Did you do ma'at during your time here? Is ma'at within you? Is your soul immersed in it? You can't make a way if that's not what you're about. Straight up and down. Straight up and down. You can go and let these other dudes curse you out on their videos and all that extracurricular stuff. But if you want to make a way in this world, if you want to know how to control your soul, we'll get to some other things about the soul in a minute. If you want to know how to control your soul and how to maneuver, you better operate by Ma'at. Then you can give commands to the Netcharu because they're all within you. Let's keep going. We'll read a few more. For opening the tomb to Ausar-em-ka's soul and shade so that he may go out into the day and have power in his legs. Open and close, O you who sleep. Open and close for my soul according to the command of Horus, Heru, Hor. O eye of Horus, save me. Establish my beauty on the vertex of Ra. O far strider whose legs extend, make a way for me here, for my flesh is made ready. I am Horus, Heru, who protects his father. I am he who brought his father and who brought his mother with his staff. Open a way for one who has power in his legs, who sees the great nature within the bark of Ra, wherein souls are examined at the beginning of the reckoning of years. What happens to souls? What happens when you're righteous? What are souls done? Souls are examined at the beginning of the reckoning of years. Why are you being examined? Who examines you? The universe around you, the Netcharu around you examine you. From the beginning of time till now, your energy will continue to travel and it will be examined. And what do we always say? You need virtue. You need ma'at. You need to be righteous. You need to be... I'm beating a dead horse. Let's keep going. O eye of Heru, who fixes ornaments on the vertex of Ra, when the dusk is in your sight, you wardens of Ausar, do not restrain my soul or hold back my shade. Open a way for my soul and my shade, that it may see the great Netcharu within the shrine on the day of examining souls. May it speak again to Ausar. O you whose seats are hidden, wardens of the limbs of Ausar, who hold back spirits and who shut up the shades of the dead and who would harm me. You shall not harm me. Go far away, because your Ka is with you as a soul. Say the wardens of the limbs of Ausar, who hold back the shades of the dead, lest you be grasped by the sky and restrained by earth. May the slayers not be with you, for you have power in your legs. Be far away from your corpse, which is on earth. Get back, you who guard the tomb of Ausar. So you can start to see where other religions get my Muslim brothers get Yom Kiyama. The Christian brothers get the day of judgment. The Hebrews get the day of judgment. From this right here, what does it say about being in control of your limbs? About having power over your spirit and your soul? What does it say? It says, may it speak again to Ausar, O you whose seats are hidden, wardens of the limbs of Ausar. This is where you get your angel concepts from. Oh, there's an angel on my shoulder. There's an angel over here. There's an angel. This is how you get control of what's in you, the power that's in you. And this is their idea of standing judgment on the day that you supposedly raise up again, right? But we know differently. We're talking about our souls here in correlation to these terms. And we know the soul does what? It needs to be in control of the body parts. Remember, we talked about the heart being the seat of intentions. So as it tells you, wardens of the limbs of the Ausar, who hold back spirits and who shut up the shades of the dead, and who would harm me, you shall not harm me. Go far away, because your Ka is with you as a soul. Say the wardens of the limbs of the Ausar, who hold back the shades of the dead, lest you be grasped by the sky and restrained by the earth. May the slayers not be with you. Don't come to slay me. Don't come to get me, because I do righteousness. I'm in control of my limbs. And if you are there to bear witness what I did, you will show that I had control over my limbs when you were there to see it. So you cannot slay me. You cannot be in opposition of me. Get back, you who guard the tomb of Ausar. So it's telling you. And it keeps going. It keeps going about the souls. We'll end with this one today, right? Where are we going? Let's end with this one today. And then when we end with this one, come back and read spell 96 and 97. Go to chapter 102. And when you get to chapter 102, you'll see 103 and 104, and keep going there as it talks about 105. It says, for perpetuating the Ka for him in the realm of the dead, for giving gifts in Memphis in the realm of the dead, for knowing the souls of the Westerners, and it will continue on about the souls of the Easterners, about the field of offerings, and it's going to keep going about the souls of Pei, which we talked about the other day. It'll talk about the souls of Nekin. It will talk about the souls of Enu. It will talk about the souls of Kamenu. It will talk about the souls of Resetchal, the South. So it's going to keep going. So the homework for this evening and throughout the week, as I said, 96 and 97, right? And chapter, you can start at chapter, where is it at? Because it's very, the first one is short. You can start at spell 102 or chapter 102. This is when you board the bark of Ra. And after you get past 104, you're going to notice in 105, and it's going to keep going about different souls in the book of coming forth by day in relation to your soul. And you should start to know what's going on with your body as it becomes divine, as it says certain things that you should not do, as it says certain things that a soul should be known for when it starts to enter into the dua. And we'll end right there today. Where's my joint? The stop sharing joint. There it is. So we talked about the soul today. And as you read that, remember who you are and being a Saw, there's once you, like I said, once you get to 96 and 97, go to 102 and read on. I think through 115. I think it goes a little further as well. I'm just trying to memorize because I closed the book and I wasn't looking at the book. I'm just going from when I read it before, times before. So remember who you are and being a Saw, and look at those verses and correlate them to the transformation of your soul. Very important, because they deal with your actions, they deal with your behaviors, and they deal with your transformation as a human being on this planet. Very important. And since I had the bookmarkers out and I look at these, don't forget Darfur. Just want to remind you of some African topics back in the day. Darfur is still happening to a degree, right? So don't forget Darfur. I just wanted to say that because they were in there. Remember who you are and be in the Saw. Uncle Jasaneb, Uncle Astajed. We'll see you soon.